This may look like a new car, but believe it or not, this is the K20 S13 that I got a few months back and is a prime example of what happens here at the LZ compound. A good deal is acquired and then it escalates into what this car is. So behold, the freshly painted Seafoam two-tone K-Series Coupe. Now we got a lot of content of the actual build and process to get the car here towards the end of the video, but I was way too excited and I want to film that cool little moody montage to start the video off with. It has been a dream of mine to own a two-tone Seafoam Coupe for a really long time. And this car, with the vibe that it had when I first got it, we'll put a photo on the screen, I felt like it was a perfect candidate. I really enjoyed the car and I had so much more fun than I would have ever imagined that it was like, you know what, why not give this thing a little bit of love and bring it up to par so it looks as fun as it is to drive. Now believe it or not, this car is pretty similar aero-wise to when I got it. It already had the pig nose front. All I did was add an OEM pig nose front lip. I wanted to keep the aero as OE as possible. I was having a hard time finding a lot of the stuff, so I rang up Dorky Dory. I got their Chukey skirts, which I think are a great addition, help make the car look a little bit lower. I got their Type X rear valence, which I feel like is a pretty cool tie-in. It doesn't match the side skirts, but there's actually a car in Japan that was inspiration for this car. It's a hatch that had a very similar kit, very similar vibe, but honestly the hardest piece for this car was the wing. I love the Shakutan style wing that it had before, but it fit really, really bad. And this is actually a B Magic wing that I was able to source from Japan, and I felt like it just really tied everything together. But the biggest change of this car, that was probably the main reason why it took so long, was the sunroof delete. So this car was fully cut up. The boys brought in some backup. Ray and Josh absolutely knocked it out of the park, and they got it all welded up, cut, fitted perfectly, and now the car is a factory slick top car, which for me is like one of the most important things. I hate sunroofs. It saves some weight and it looks amazing. Ray and Josh absolutely killed it on the build. I'm so proud to have them here at the paint and body department, but we'll get into more of the details of this build later in this video. As you guys know, on this channel, our goal is to always level up the build going into the new year. Of course, that's going to be the case, but I'm also trying to level up my health, and the partner of today's video is here to help, AG1. AG1's a lot more than just greens. It's your daily drinkable scoop of vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and whole food sourced ingredients in one. Now the big points of AG1 for me are the energy, you get it from vitamin B so you don't get the crash that you get from coffee, and the immune support. You guys know I'm constantly on the road, traveling almost every single weekend, and AG1's got a lot of ingredients inside dedicated to support your immune system. AG1 is NSF certified for sport, which is the gold standard for both quality and safety testing. Tastes good too. I'd say the easiest way to explain it is like it almost reminds me of like a healthy pineapple smoothie. I feel like that's the best way I could explain it. Not only did AG1 sponsor this video and help support this channel, they also give me a discount to pass on to you guys. All you need to do is go to drinkag1.com/AdamLZ or scan the QR code to subscribe and save $20 off your first subscription of AG1. They've sponsored a lot of videos and they made a lot of what we do possible, so go send them some love and let's get back to the car. All right guys, this isn't a new car video, but before we get back to the K20 car, I do have a new car to share with you guys. This car right here is a Remus Blue Evo 6, and it's a very special car, and I've been waiting for it very patiently to come over from Japan. But as you can see, it came over and it's a little bit more rough than I expected. Just like the yellow Evo, the paint on this thing faded. I think it was sitting at port for a long time, and it needs some love. It's not bad, but it needs a light restoration. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this car was planned to be a giveaway car. I really wanted to give away an Evo 6. This is like my favorite color car, and giveaways always do well when I give away a car that I really like. However, I made a very tough decision, and the decision was to not give away this car. The main reason being is I have a lot of really cool build content planned for the off season, and this turned into a much more time-intensive project than I originally anticipated. And the bottom line is that if we took this on, it would kind of be a distraction from the stuff that I know you guys like on the channel. I see comments about giveaway cars. I know you guys aren't the biggest fans because they're not gonna stay on the channel forever. They come and they go. However, to be fully transparent with you guys, at the compound, we have over 30 employees here, and our businesses at this point have been scaled to take account for the influx of orders that we get during these giveaway periods. So at this point, giveaways aren't going anywhere, but I'm gonna take whatever measures I can to make them not be a distraction from the normal build content and of course the racing program. I don't know what the future of this car will be, but I do think it would be another really cool correction video to make, because this car is even worse than the yellow Evo, but that was really bad. I do think it'll come back. Like usually, you know, you put a little water and you can see like, okay, once this is buffed, you'll get the normal color of the car back. I was put in a really tough position. We needed another giveaway car. I didn't want to get any other pile of shit. So unfortunately for me, but fortunately for you guys, I'm gonna be giving away my yellow Evo 5. Now, with this, I do have a couple backstory things I want to add. First of which, when we planned to do the correction on this car that we just did a couple videos ago, it was literally one day before that we made the call that this was going to become a giveaway car. This one had just showed up at port, and that's when I was put in a really tough position. But in the end of the day, I know that the cars that we give away are reflections of the channel, the quality cars that we build, and I don't want to give away something that I wouldn't want to drive myself. This car is badass. I don't know if you guys know from the videos. It's already got a built head, it's got head studs, it's got a bigger turbo, it's on flex fuel, it's got good tires, good suspension. The car is like pretty much ready to go. There's a few things that I want to do to make it even better, but I do have one weird caveat, and that's that I am going to own a yellow Evo, and this is not the end of me owning a yellow Evo. I did find another one that I'm planning on scooping up at some point. So even though this means goodbye to this yellow Evo, there will be another one that will be coming to the channel. Now with that being said, here's what's new for this giveaway. We've got the whole line of merch that's built around the S13 that we just finished out of paint. It was like a race to try to get the car done to tee it up with when the merch would also be done. This is actually based off a photo we shot of Colette. I got inspired by some anime stuff I saw online. I was like, man, that would be so cool to put on a t-shirt and use the back of my girlfriend on a hoodie and t-shirt and stuff. It's pretty cool, I think. But the big news is that this is the first giveaway that we're doing where every $5 you spend, not only on LZMFG and Drift HQ will get you entered for a chance to win, but we're adding Sim HQ to the roster. If you guys didn't see, we recently launched a new company called Sim HQ, based solely around racing simulators, and it's been really cool getting to be an even bigger part of that community. And a lot of people were asking, hey, we want to be able to get eligible for giveaway entries too. So you guys are now, and it's live as soon as this video is posted. Our target's 6 p.m. Did we make it? Hopefully close to it. Mike's got a lot of work to edit, but this car's dope as arguably. I think it might be one of the coolest giveaway cars we've ever done. And I hope you guys understand the logic. Don't hate me for giving away this car. Love me for the chance that this could be you owning this. I told you guys we'd be diving back into the K20 car. There's gonna be Evo content. We will have 7 CP9A Evos on property. Maybe, yeah, that's a lot. So I want to do like a battle of all the Evos from like mild to wild, and we'll have some Evo related content. I love Evos. They are arguably one of the best value cars, one of my favorite cars ever. So that's not what this video is for. We're going back to two-tone S13 90s bullshit. So here's some of the stuff that went into getting that car where it's at now. The one finishing touch that I didn't even realize about the two-tone, but Ray and Josh brought to my attention, is that there's a stripe that goes right in here. Now I could order one online. It would probably make my life a little bit easier, but I got a bunch of vinyl here, so I'm just gonna make do with what we have. I did 2 little test spots to see what color would look better. We have like a charcoal gray, and then we have like a satin black. The gray is cool, but I think the black is a little bit more contrast, and I think that's closer to what it is OE. So I'm basically just gonna cut a lot of strips, and then it'll lay over this, and it'll kind of break apart the two-tone.
Strips complete.
The strips have been stripped.
And now they will be applied.
Stay tuned to the end of the video if you want to see my new tattoo. Las líneas está terminado.
Oh, hell yeah. So we get a little bit of a bubble in the vinyl just because of the like hard line here. We're gonna wet sand the car, but we're probably not gonna do it right away. So I'm just gonna basically do these stripes knowing that they'll probably be temporary. And then once we wet sand the car, we can get some of these out so that way this vinyl will lay flat. But for now, even still, like it breaks it up and ties it in so much.
Oh yeah.
It looks really good. While the boys are finishing up on the car together, Mike and I are going to dive into refinishing the long champs.
Oh yeah.
So allegedly, these are a real two-piece wheel. So we'll blast out the hardware, see if we can powder coat using some nice prismatic powders and getting these looking better. And we'll see what some Griot's polish can do to these wheels. Yeah, we'll roll them over there. Nice thing is, since they're not three-piece, we don't need to worry about doing the barrels and everything.
Right.
It'd be nice to vapor hone the inside of them.
Yeah, maybe we could like take a wire wheel to it or something to clean it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't even think we need to. I think a vapor would take it right off. The problem is just then you risk damaging the
machine.
The finish on the barrel. I don't need to be doing this, Michael. This is what I want to be doing.
Well,
oh.
You can't paint a car and then put Dookie Boy wheels back on it.
Yeah, look at that hardware. It's actually, it's not too bad.
It's original. It says SSR on the back.
Does it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice to be able to clean underneath that.
Oh yeah.
Now the original plan was we were gonna do kind of like a little ghetto powder coat job on these and just do like the heads of the bolts, but I'm kind of a sucker for original hardware, so I think we're gonna do it the proper way and get these zinc coated. But in the meantime, we're lucky enough to have an array from boltsandnuts.com where I think I'll be able to find a bolt that's pretty much the same thing, so for all intents and purposes we can put it back together with some fresh zinc hardware. Yes, it won't be original, but it'll be more than strong enough and we'll get the look that we're after. Now I'm usually a pretty old-fashioned guy when it comes to polishing wheels. I've always done it by hand, but in this case, I got this little hybrid micro polisher from Griot's. Not really designed for polishing wheels, but I think it's gonna work pretty good, especially since they have polished faces. My only concern is it kind of looks like there's some sort of clear or something going on, so if this is gonna work well or not, I'm not really sure, but we're gonna find out. Can't look worse, right? As long as I don't fling this all over myself, because that's usually what happens when I do stuff like this.
If it's got one of those anodized coatings on it, then it might not come back.
If it starts turning black, then we're in business.
Yeah.
Looks like we might be in business. Just working in some of the polish, and then I'm gonna hit the face.
That pad is screaming for help.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's working.
There you go.
Let's do a little test spot.
Oh yeah, bud.
Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but I mean, I guess it was probably never a polished finish. It's like kind of like a machine finish.
It took away the haze though.
Yeah. I don't know if Mike got a good before, but we're about to see roughly what we're working with. This was like one quick pass orange pad with some metal polish.
They were very hazy before, and they got some pop back to them.
Yeah, it ain't great, but it's certainly better than it was. I think the wheel or the nuts are gonna make the biggest difference.
For sure. I had one idea that I don't know if it would work, but it might if we like put this wheel on the balance machine, and while it's spinning, we use a Scotch-Brite to like wet sand out the lips.
Might work.
Yeah.
As you guys can see, and you can probably tell at this point in this video, the guy's absolutely crushed it on this build, and I'm so excited. Now, I got some future plans for it that I do want to go over with you guys, but I thought a cool thing to do would be to FaceTime the previous owner of this car, the homie Ben Julian. The car got pretty rough after he sold it, and I got it off the person that he sold it to, but I'm gonna FaceTime him and show him what his old car has become. Yo, dude, how you doing?
What's going on?
I want to show you the old rig.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
There she is.
Sheesh. That's honestly crazy.
It's come a long way.
No, for sure.
The big thing is that the sunroof delete was key.
Yeah, no, that was insane. Chopping the whole roof.
Yeah, it escalated. So we were gonna do a carbon fiber roof, and then it didn't come in time. So we said, you know what, we'll just go full OE. But
Yeah. No, it's dope to see it like complete one color looking good with the skirts and everything.
I tried to keep kind of the same vibe that it had when you had it, but just put my own little flair on it, you know? Now, one thing I'm sure you're all wondering, did he go as far as to paint the engine bay? Well, the answer, oh my God, it has hood struts. I almost just broke the hood. Oh my goodness. Danger, danger, danger. That was insane. No, I didn't paint the engine bay. Sorry. Main reason is, if I'm being honest, I think this engine's gonna blow up. We couldn't figure out why it had weird oil pressure issues. We had already spent so much time that it would have been cheaper just to buy another engine. So I just decided, you know what, I'll just drive it until it rod knocks, and then I'll replace it with probably like a K24 or something. Maybe it'll be fine forever, but I was just like, you know, I'll wait till I'm actually pulling the engine to paint the engine bay, because it's like still a running car. Like the fact that the boys just finished painting and we were able to go take it out and rip, which you guys are about to see, is sick. Or maybe this thing gets another engine swap at some point in time. And I'll be honest, I was thinking about putting electric power steering in this car. Not that it needs it, but I just thought that it needed it, and then I just drove it in the montage you guys are about to see, and I kind of love the no power steering because it's just like a different experience. This feels very similar to like driving Chelsea's A86 at the compound, where it I don't know, I want that vibe of what it was like to drift back in the 90s, and I feel like this car's a pretty good interpretation of what that would have been like, minus the K-swap, but the K-swap's just a little cool extra thing, right? I'm super excited about this car. It puts a giant smile on my face. The simple things in life are sometimes the best things. I got a friggin' 1200 horsepower E36, and I'm stoked about driving 186 horsepower. It just goes to show to you guys too, like sometimes those simple cars, like I tell people all the time, a 350Z, right? It doesn't make a lot of power. It's not the most exciting thing, but you'll have the biggest smile on your face just when you're driving. So remember that. I know a lot of you guys are getting into drifting, getting into the sims, getting into all that stuff. We can help with Sim HQ, Drift HQ, or you guys want to help us on the merch side, you know who to call. You know, you might win a yellow Evo. What's up? But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun. I'm stoked to be home. No more traveling for over a month, which is insane. We've been like every weekend out of state, so it feels good. We're about to be in the holidays. It's gonna be a really good time, and I'm stoked to share with you guys. Enjoy this montage we made. I had a blast making it, and things got spicy.